Welcome back guys to another episode of My Go-To, where we talk about our favorite go-to gadgets, the kind of device that we absolutely love and we think you should know about as well. In this episode, I'm whipping out my very old and trusty Cooler Master CM Storm Quickfire TK mechanical keyboard, and let me tell you why. Before we get started, here's a quick word about good deals by KLGG, our official e-store. You can buy all sorts of awesome gadgets here at great prices, and you can even get 10 ringgit off on your first purchase with a minimum spend of 100 ringgit. You can also pay via 3-month 0% installments using IOU Pay or Atom. Visit the link in the description box below to start shopping. As a tech reviewer, I've been lucky enough to try out many different kinds of keyboards, old and new, but every time I keep coming back to this trusty keyboard when I'm at home, and I've been wanting to tell you guys about this for some time now. It's a keyboard that I got back in 2015. As a college kid, I spent about 350 ringgit on this, and it's worth every penny. The best part is, if you can score this for less than 200 ringgit now on the second-hand market or from a friend that you know that has one, I think you should really get it. This is of course a lower mid-range keyboard that has Cherry MX switches that you can get for budget prices now if you look really hard. When we do review videos, one of the things that we can't really tell you is the durability of a product, how long it can actually last. This time it's different because I can actually confirm that this particular product has lasted me 6 years. And that's a big deal because for that kind of money, a keyboard that lasts this long is obviously very good. Over the years, this keyboard has taken some beating, drops, spilled coffee and other liquids that I shall not mention, and it's still going strong until now. I will admit, however, that the construction of this all-plastic keyboard, apart from the metal backplate, is not particularly great by today's standards. It creaks when you move it, but it doesn't flex, which is a big plus. But when you set it down and type or game on it, it also doesn't flex. This thing feels sturdy and reliable. This keyboard, obviously being white, picks up stains very easily, but soap and cleaning alcohol usually cleans it right out. It's the braided cable that is a little harder to clean, and after 6 years, you can see it unravel just a little bit. The keyboard comes in black as well, but at the time they didn't have it in stock for the Cherry MX Brown model, which is the one I have here. And I've always been a fan of Cherry MX Brown switches. As a writer, I type really well on these, and for 6 years this has served me very well. When it comes to gaming, it hasn't let me down. What has are my lousy gaming skills. And here's the part you all came to this video for. Here's a very quick sound test of the CM Storm Quickfire TK on the Cherry MX Brown switches. The next thing that I like about this keyboard is the layout. And if it wasn't obvious already, it's a Tenkeyless that also has a numpad on it. This has become a little bit more popular since 2015, but at the time I remember looking far and wide for something like this. The obvious benefit of a layout like this is you get a compact keyboard without losing any of the important functionalities you get off a full-size keyboard. All your function keys are present, media controls are easy to reach, and to switch between using the arrow keys or the numpad, all you have to do is hit the numlock key button. The numpad is obviously very important for those who work with numbers very often, and after all these years, I've never really found the number of functionalities wanting. I've always had what I needed. On the downside, however, none of these keys are programmable. On the upside, it's fairly plug and play. In terms of features, this keyboard comes with 6 or N key rollover. There is backlighting, but there is no RGB here. On top of that, there are plenty of routing options for your cables, and there is a 1000 Hz or 1 millisecond of polling rate. With all that said, this keyboard is obviously not fancy. It doesn't offer any RGBs, wireless connection and all that. But you know what it offers? Reliability, the much lauded Cherry MX switches, and a layout that you just cannot find for this kind of price tag anymore. And that's mainly because they don't make keyboards like they used to. Cherry MX switch keyboards are kind of pricey sometimes, and affordable keyboards don't have the same kind of build quality or they use inferior switches. So in my opinion, if you can get this keyboard for less than 200 ringgit, either from a second-hand marketplace or you know someone who has one, I think you should definitely get it. Because as we can see here, this keyboard is built like a tank. It lasts me 6 years. Chances are the keyboard that you get is still working fine as well. You also get the fantastic Cherry MX switches. It performs really well when it comes to typing, writing, and even gaming as well. So again, for less than 200 ringgit, it's a no-brainer. Get it. So that's all I have to say about my go-to keyboard of 6 years, the Cooler Master CM Storm Quickfire TK. Let us know what you think about it down in the comment section below. Remember to like our video, subscribe to our channel. Until next time, bye bye.